Scott, the Bucs on the losing end for the second straight week, a 3-point loss to the Falcons. We're seeing some of the same things pop up with the Bucs offense. You're talking about struggles in the red zone, and then you throw in penalties on top of that. What did you see out there from the Bucs offense that just led to this loss today?
This offense is not good enough to overcome self-inflicted wounds, right? We saw a bad interception in the red zone from Baker Mayfield. That was costly, but those penalties that just kept popping up from the first quarter on really stymied the chances for this offense to pick up first downs, move the ball, get into scoring territory. I think that Dave Canales, Baker Mayfield are going to have nightmares tonight watching those 3 shots from the 8-yard line. A touchdown there wins the game, but once again, the red zone issues for this team just rise up at the most inopportune times. They did kick a field goal to supposedly, send this game to overtime, and then the defense, which had been playing bend but don't break all game with 3 critical takeaways from Desmond Ridder, fumbles, right? Inside the Falcons' own 11-yard line, but that one big play to Kyle Pitts got them in field goal range, and they lost this game.
So we keep hearing the players say, they're not executing. Is this like mental mistakes, or what do the Bucs have to do to be able to execute and do it in the red zone?
It's really all across the board. It's mental mistakes, it's physical mistakes, schematic mistakes, and then the self-inflicted wounds. It's one thing to try to beat the Atlanta Falcons, but when you're trying to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Falcons at the same time, it's hard for this offense, which is still in a very infantile stage in terms of success, right? Running the ball is not really an option. We saw Baker Mayfield come out in the first quarter on and really throw the ball today, because that's what this offensive line does best. It excels in pass protection, although Baker did get sacked 3 times today. The Falcons are being very aggressive. In the second half, they went to cover 2 to take away those deep shots to Mike Evans, but it comes down to red zone, and they had 3 shots inside. They were at the 8-yard line, and they couldn't find the end zone, and that ultimately is what prevented this team from winning the game. It was going to be a close game down to the wire. They had their shots, and they fired blanks today inside the red zone.
You mentioned, of course, the Bucs defense giving up the play to Kyle Pitts that set up the game-winning field goal. But before that, it looked like the Bucs defense was doing well. They got back in the takeaway category. They had 3 takeaways. Any encouraging things that you saw from the Bucs defense? I know that Antoine Winfield Jr. sort of jumped out to all of us. Yeah,
he was the guy, right? The pass breakup in the end zone with Drake London punching the ball out in the split second right there. He was a one-man gang again. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. He needed some help today, and he didn't get it from Baker Mayfield and this offense. It's really befuddling, because the Buccaneers had a golden opportunity today to really get an early stranglehold on the NFC South. That didn't happen. The Falcons now are right back in it. They couldn't take advantage of the Saints losing on Thursday night. And so now you look at this, and Tampa Bay, they go on the road. It's a short week in terms of going to Buffalo. Buffalo is a very good team. It's going to be a challenge there on the road with a short week. But maybe they play better away from Raymond James Stadium. This is now, a couple losses in a row, 3 losses when you factor in the Eagles game. Maybe they play better on the road. We'll have to find out. This is the first time, too, that the Bucs have won the turnover margin, yet lost the game. So even that magic formula is now, poof, gone. So they got to regroup, and they got to regroup fast. They're going to have to find some answers on offense in the red zone. They got to be able to run the ball. And this Buffalo Bills team is going to be tough and raring to go on Thursday night.